Okay, week 5, pre-lesson deliverable, and we'll do this for ELA W. So this is a short week in terms of instruction. Monday and Tuesday we're going to be working on our first cycle exam, and then Wednesday we will do independent reading. Thursday we're wrapping up our initial investigation where we analyze the 3 documents of the Megan Meyer case. Right now the students are about halfway through. They've looked at the police report and they have just had their first glance at the social media history where they're introduced the character of Josh Evans, which has been a real thrill for everyone so far, albeit dark. So that leaves little new instruction to comment on, except for we are getting into subject and predicate for the first time, and with that being such an important element of understanding the way that we're going to write in the class, I wanted to take the time to really delve into what exactly needs to be taught and retained. So this is Wednesday's lesson. You have your grammar due now. We've given 2 minutes probably for students to follow directions on their own, but since this is a new topic, we want to quickly have pencils down and track the front so that we can hear it from the teacher first before any misconceptions might work their way into what the students are doing. So we look at the board and there's sort of a busy graphic that we want to analyze. We're going to have different readers for each of the sentences, and then Ms. Pappas and myself will jump in to elaborate where we see fit. So writing complete sentences. Let's have somebody read that first sentence below the heading. They say a sentence is a complete thought that is made up of a subject and a predicate. Good. So we're going to learn exactly what subject and predicate means, but understand that every sentence has to have a what? A subject and a predicate. So 2 different elements that make up every sentence. Let's figure out what the subject is. Someone reads, the subject tells who or what the sentence is about. Very good. So the subject, I run fast, I am the subject. The sentence is about me. It tells people that I run fast. I'm the person that's being analyzed. You could say the phone was ringing. In that instance, what would be the subject? Would be the phone. It's the thing that's ringing. Now, taking what you know with that, what part of speech must the subject then be? The part of speech for when I said that I was the subject, or when the phone is the subject. Are these verbs, adjectives? Are they nouns or adverbs? What is the part of speech of the subject every time? Hopefully we get a lot of hands that say noun, and that's correct. So there's 2 different ways to discuss the subject of a sentence. You could say the simple subject, the complex. Let's have somebody read for simple subject who reads, the simple subject is just the noun or pronoun. So if I were to say my greasy hair was in a mess, then hair would be the simple subject. If we were to stretch it and make it the complete subject, it would be my greasy hair, because those are all the words that combine to create our subject. Somebody reads the complete subject, it's the noun or the pronoun and its modifiers. So my greasy hair, the big house, a happy student. Anything that helps us qualify with any new information about the student. Hopefully I can carve some time for suggestions here, allow for the students to share some of their ideas. I'm hoping they will have ideas. So that's the subject of a sentence, and we're going to look more into that. What is the predicate of a sentence? Someone reads, the predicate tells us what the subject is or does. Yeah, notice it can be is or does. Mr. Morgan is tall. Well, that's not a sentence about me doing anything. But that sentence has a predicate because it tells everyone that I am would be the verb there, tall. Just as often, there will be an action where the predicate describes something that is occurring. So now we want to think part of speech again. If the predicate involves doing something or being something, then does every predicate need to have an adjective, a noun, a verb? Like, what is the part of speech that we're discussing if we say the predicate? The simple predicate is going to be a verb. And we spoke last week. I know there was some confusion about how, like, is, am, are. These words are verbs. They might not seem it because they're not actions. And we like to say that a verb is an action. Okay, it's also a state of being. So, I am tall. Am is the verb. It says that it describes my state of being, or it doesn't describe, it is my state of being. So that makes it a verb, and that makes it a predicate. Okay, the simple predicate is just the verb. The complete predicate is the verb and its modifiers. So ran to the smelly pond, that would all be a part of the predicate. The complete predicate, however, pond would be the simple predicate. No, ran would be the simple predicate. I'm getting it. We look at the directions at the bottom of the page, circle the complete subject, and underline the complete predicate in each of these sentences. We go through this together, we circle, we underline, and then we take sentences from the back page. Main takeaway, though, is to be that the subject is a noun, the predicate involves a verb, and that every sentence needs to have a subject and a predicate.